Thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Shaakira Pierre. Coming up, Macoucherie Bailey Bridge compromised but passable. CARDI Day seminar focuses on dasheen and banana, and church leaders to join the fight against gender-based violence. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Thanks for staying with us. Scores of residents turned out in Marigot on Monday for free eye care as Venezuela's Misión Milagro or Miracle Mission continues to make its way throughout the island. Miracle Mission is a humanitarian organization funded in Venezuela with the objective of providing free eye care service to adults. The organization has over the years expanded its service to include Latin America and the Caribbean. The team arrived in Dominica on Saturday, and it was reported that about 187 clients were seen on its first screening conducted in Roseau Health District. GIS News spoke with one of the team members who spoke about the most common issues encountered so far.
Most of all is cataracts because of the age of the patients. Most of them have cataracts and other conditions, but the one that she has seen more is that one, cataracts. In older people, in elderly people.
At a press conference on Friday, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Royer, informed that the mission will be carried out in two phases, screening and then surgery. This was confirmed by the eye care team.
After they leave the country, other team of doctors, more specialized, are the ones that are doing the surgeries. She didn't tell me how many months it would take them, but after next year. They're going to take the cases to Venezuela, they'll study them, and they'll come back and do the surgery in the hospital they put available for them.
The program is being conducted in collaboration with government's free public eye care program here in Dominica, led by Dr. Hazel Shillingford Ricketts. We spoke to one of her clients, 83-year-old Elma Daniel, who was on the waiting list to see the Venezuelan doctors.
I have a surgery in my eyes around 7 years. For the cataract, Dr. Shillingford, Dr. Shillingford had me, and she told me to come and take out in the left eyes on the 23rd of November. But she's out now. So I just get a disappointment. But anyhow, I'm so happy that we get the doctors from Venezuela, and I'm so happy that I get a good visit, very good visit from the doctors. And I appreciate them, I love them, they treat me good, they take good care of me.
Margaret Seraphine came all the way from the Kalinago territory. She had already seen the doctor, and it was confirmed that she has cataract and is a candidate for surgery. She is appreciative of the opportunity to receive this important and sometimes costly service free of charge.
I think it's a good eyes program because if you have to go and pay money, it's a lot of money, but it's very good in the island for all Dominican people. It's very good, and I find it's good because it's a good help for us. So if people don't take the opportunity that is their fault, but it's a good program for us.
Ethel Rose Joseph of Wesley has had pain in her eye for a long time. She suffers from both of the most common debilitating eye diseases.
My eyes giving me problems, with pain in my whole side head. And I came here, and the people, them are nice people. They attend to me, and they tell me both eyes have cataract. One have glaucoma, and one have cataract. And it's operation they talk about. So I have to agree. If I live to see they make the operation and I get over good, if anything else. I have to still take it.
So what do you think of this Venezuelan assisting us in the eye program?
Very good, very good. Very good program, very good people, nice people.
Jackson Telemark of Wesley had just seen the doctor. He has a cataract. He is grateful for this service.
I think it's a very good thing. It's very, very good because a lot of people, have to wait on other doctors, and here we have those doctors helping us. So I think it's very good. Because a lot of people suffering with eyes, checking on me especially.
Fitzgerald Frederick is from Bataka. He too thinks it's a very good program, especially for the elderly. As a construction worker, he has begun to experience some eye trouble.
I think it is a very good program. It's going to assist a lot of people, especially the elderly people with their age and their eyesight is going now. So I think it is very good because I'm a young man myself and I started to feel the effects on my eye because I'm a construction worker, dealing with a lot of chemicals in the concrete and also as a joiner. So I think it is a very good initiative by the Venezuelan government to assist Dominica at this present time.
At the time, we spoke to the community health nurse, Nurse Justina Ferro. About 120 people had already received numbers to be seen. She informed that the process was running quite smoothly.
So far we're going smoothly. We have seen, so far we have given out 120 numbers, and people are coming, they are cooperating. The space inside is small, so you see them all there under the tent, in the waiting line. I think it's going pretty smoothly.
On Wednesday, the team will be in Castle Bruce, on Thursday, Grand Bay, Friday, St. Joseph, and Saturday, the team will conduct its final screening in La Plaine. The public is reminded that the Miracle Mission sees clients 18 years and older, and elderly persons should be accompanied. They must also bring along their medical records, medication, and a snack. Officials of the Ministry of Public Works have assured the public that the Bailey Bridge in Macoucherie is safe for travel. The Bailey Bridge was constructed as a replacement for the Macoucherie Bridge, which was washed away during the passage of Tropical Storm Erica in 2015. The Bailey Bridge was, however, compromised after a trough system affected the island last month. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works and Ports, Kendall Johnson, noted that following the flood, a team from the ministry visited the site. On Monday, the ministry held a press briefing on the site.
The southeastern abutment has settled by a couple of inches, and on the 1st of December, the Minister of Public Works and Ports, Minister Blanchard, and myself, we led a delegation to do some preliminary assessments of the structure, just to indicate that the bridge was not at risk of a catastrophic failure.
Johnson said the ministry has planned a series of follow-up visits to plan mitigation measures.
Those measures will reinstate the bridge to full capacity, and we hope to start urgent works as soon as possible during the course of this week, if possible.
Chief Technical Officer Emil Lancelot spoke of the course of action to be taken by the ministry to restore the Macoucherie Bridge.
We are also in the process of preparing a course of action which will involve, firstly, to make the adjustments on the northeastern abutment of the bridge so as to restore the bridge to the level of the approach pavement and get rid of that hump that we are experiencing presently. The second course of action that we intend to take is to underpin the support structure of the bridge so as to minimize the risk of undermining in the future. And thirdly, we intend to look at the river channel to identify the areas in which it went off its normal course so as to as best as possible, reduce the chances of flooding to the area that we are in right now.
The general public is encouraged to exercise extreme caution when traveling on the Macoucherie Bailey Bridge. In more news, building awareness and promoting the work of the Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute CARDI is the objective of the Institute's annual CARDI Day. A variety of events including field tours, exhibitions, school tours, public lectures and seminars were held to mark Monday's observance at CARDI's regional offices. In Dominica, a research results dissemination seminar was held at the conference room of the UE campus.
Many years ago, there was a concern for the narrow genetic base of dasheen in the islands. Basically, there are two varieties which are used for consumption, St. Vincent, Jamaica, Dominica, and not that there are not other varieties, but there are two that are mainly used for consumption, and predominantly the common dasheen is used for export.
Robin remarked that extensive research has been conducted on dasheen in its natural habitat, and based on observations, it was advised that new genotypes of the root crop be introduced to ensure survival.
In St. Vincent and St. Lucia, we are working with the International Network for Edible Aroids on an EU-funded project, which includes 19 partners: Africa, Pacific, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. We introduced 50 genotypes from the South Pacific Biotechnology Lab. And these genotypes were morphologically characterized. They were validated through farmer participatory trials and on-station trials. While the farmer participatory trials were mainly observational, the on-station trials were more scientific and supported by state-of-the-art experimentation and analysis.
The 50 genotypes were narrowed down to 12 based on performance, shape, and taste. The genotypes, which are currently in St. Vincent, will soon be introduced to Dominica. The seminar also focused on bananas.
We contacted the CDB, and that is based on the minister's request. They did put a lot of pressure on the CDB to get a grant agreement to allow CARDI to do the research on the phenotypes. Now, we didn't start from scratch. We went to Jamaica and Belize that had done previous work on the genotypes and had made selections based on performance, yield characteristics, and taste. Now, the fear varieties do not substitute for our traditional Cavendish and William hybrid, which are exported taste-wise. So it is very important when we assess the fear varieties in the four countries, that is St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, and Guyana, that we do a full-up organoleptic test, both for the ripe and as a vegetable.
GIS News will bring you more on that seminar in a subsequent newscast. You're watching National Focus, and more when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. CARICOM Secretary General, His Excellency Erwin Larrock, affirms that customer service and modern technology are the two key factors which will lead to successful public reform. His Excellency Larrock was the featured speaker at the 2016 Public Service Day Award ceremony, which took place at the State House Conference Center on Friday. The CARICOM Secretary General told public servants at the ceremony that they are entrusted with the administration of the service to the country which requires them to carry out the policy of government. His Excellency Larrock identified professionalism and integrity as the core values underpinning the task of public servants.
That approach of professionalism and integrity is all the more important given the world in which we live today. That world demands that we adapt and change in order to ensure that we deliver our services to the public in a manner that is expected and deserved. This delivery is in an environment of expectation of instant gratification, which calls upon us to be managers of that expectation, even as we seek to satisfy the public that we are conducting their business in a timely and efficient manner.
Achieving this cohesive medium, he assured, is the driving force behind the efforts of public sector reform. He explained that a more people-centered approach to service is critical to all reform efforts.
We must be customer-oriented. Today's public servant must understand and appreciate that the complex and interconnected world in which we live requires flexibility and resilience in thinking and action. This will enable duties to be performed in a responsive way while being innovative in order to increase effectiveness and efficiency.
The CARICOM Secretary General revealed that all CARICOM member states have been focused on public sector reform in different degrees over the years. In that regard, he highlighted the use of modern technology as another key factor.
The characteristics that define the modern public service apply to those performing such duties at both the national and the regional levels. Having served in both capacities, I can attest to that fact. Further, it is imperative for the advancement of our integration movement that the national and the regional have a symbiotic relationship at the administrative level. This cohesion will make a massive difference in delivering the goods and services that will improve the lives of our people. It is a critical element as we seek to change the way we do business in our Caribbean community.
In his address, His Excellency Larrock made reference to this year's Public Service Day theme, Embracing the Challenge, Rethink, Rebuild, Transform. He declared that the theme resonates both as a reaction to last year's storm as well as the idea of reform.
Reform is never easy. Side by side with the undertaking of any reform process is the management of the change that is seeking to bring about. It calls for those entrusted with the task to be sensitive to the concerns and fears that going from the known to the unknown bring. It requires the acceptance of new ideas, of new ways of doing things, and at a personal level, of critical self-examination. As difficult and challenging as reform is, it is absolutely essential in order to confront the ever-changing nature of today's global environment.
Under the theme, Embracing the Faith, Defeating Gender-Based Violence, the Bureau of Gender Affairs, through the Ministry of Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, held its first Church Leaders Workshop on Monday. The workshop addressed issues such as gender and theology, gender-based violence, and the role of the Church in eliminating the scourge of violence against women and girls, as well as the response of the Church in healing the gender divide. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, Karen Prevost, says the workshop hoped to utilize the influence of the Church in assisting with the fight against gender-based violence.
Our goal here this morning is to look at how the Church, the role of the Church in assisting in the fight against gender-based violence. We see the Church as a partner. We have brought you here today because we would like to discuss with you how we move forward and how we can move with the protection of our women in Dominica.
Prevost views the Church as an integral partner in the fight against gender-based violence.
The Ministry of Social Services has in the past worked very closely with the Church on social issues and views the Church as an integral partner on many of the matters that we deal with, including child care and protection, gender-based violence, poverty, care of the elderly, among others.
According to statistics from the Bureau of Gender Affairs, at least 47.6% of reported cases of violence against women are from current intimate partners, while 8.5% of violations are committed by past partners. The Permanent Secretary says this signifies serious concerns of violence within the family, and as a result, the ministry is interested in finding ways in which the church, as an entity responsible for family matters, can alleviate these problems.
Within the family, we have seen that there are serious issues of gender-based violence, domestic violence, and on a regular basis we receive calls. We have individuals who walk into the Bureau of Gender Affairs unit who are experiencing issues at home, and we would like to see how the church, which is responsible for marriage, for counseling and all of these matters, can assist in fighting against this issue.
The Faith Leaders Workshop forms part of the ministry's calendar of activities for the 16 Days of Activism campaign against gender-based violence. The campaign is one initiated by the United Nations in efforts of bringing awareness to human rights issues faced by women and girls around the world. The Youth Development Division invites applications from young men and women 16 to 35 years old wishing to pursue training under the Youth Skills Training Program in computer literacy at Portsmouth, Wesley, Castlebruce, Roseau, Granby and St. Joseph, esthetician and makeup artist in manicure and pedicure in Roseau, and garment manufacturing in Portsmouth. Application forms can be obtained at the Youth Development Division on 3 Charles Avenue, Goodwill, or from District Youth Officers. Application forms should reach the office no later than Friday, 16 December 2016. The Youth Development Division invites the general public to its Youth Skills Training Program Open Day activity on Thursday, 8 December 2016 between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. The public and prospective employers are encouraged to visit and interact with the instructors and trainees and witness demonstrations of the skills acquired by the youth in computer literacy training in the Roseau, St. Joseph, Granby, Wesley, Portsmouth and Castlebruce Youth Centers, construction at the Marigot Youth Center, sewing at the Roseau Youth Enterprise Center, hairstyling at the Lapland Village Council Office, woodwork at the Dominica State Prison, and life skills program at the Marigot and Roseau Youth Centers. That's news. Pherson St. Luce is up next with Creole highlights.
Protection from abuse is every child's right. Everyone has a shared responsibility in protecting the child from abuse.
Mothers, believe your children when they say they've been abused, and follow through with child abuse cases when they've been reported.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en Creole. Non, moi, c'est Pherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre de la Santé, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, qui a gardé devant pour legacy Fidel Castro continent. Honorable Darrow, qui est aussi étudié en Cuba, qui a souhaité président Raúl Castro bien.
Je souhaite que président Raúl Castro aussi souhaite pauvre, je souhaite que continue legacy Fidel Castro et maintenant en 2008 je annoncé que il même qu'à resign et nous espérons que n'importe qui take over Cuban que ça continue legacy Fidel Castro et continuer contribute because c'est pas seulement Dominique, Caribbean, Latin America, Africa, parce nous même study en Cuba, Africa, juste Middle East, étudiant qui sorti là avec gouvernement Cuba qui a scholarship tous les années pour venir éduquer Koyola. Et bien Fidel c'était un legacy, Fidel même c'était un énigme pour Koy parce que ça c'est un homme qui de 3 miles of giant North America l'Amérique. Et bien namna withstood presque 50 années. Nous avons parlé de military economic powerhouse United States of America. Et bien même si c'est mon aussi souffert, esprit là USSR tombé parce que nous savons que USSR c'était plus gros à like Cuba. La communisme tombé en USSR, nous savons que nous économie c'est monde qui va plonger. Mais ça passe, mais stop yo, vous savez que yo continue à lutter, yo continue guapear, non, c'est dit espagnol. Comment c'est mon académie espagnol, le comité lutter avec Jésus, nous avons bité qu'à commencer à marcher avec mon respect yo bien.
En autre nouvelle, en mission docteur au Venezuela en pays là à présent, quand un service gratuit pour ça Miracle Mission. Miracle Mission, c'est une organisation qui a un service pour les gens qui méritent traitement ancien. Dominique, c'est agrément et puis Venezuela en janvier l'année salam. Ministre de la Santé, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, qui a fait parole appréciation pour mission là. Mission là, où il vit en pays à samedi qui passe et puis commencer à avoir un service par Dominique Chen. Moun qui tape traitement screening et puis l'opération. Moun à l'âge qui tape priorité. En autre nouvelle, le département environ santé qui a conduit le programme DRUM ou la Yucatchen démonstration, on dit que moun mané pour combattre Maïgouin. Parole ça là sorti au officier département environ, M. Sylvestre Saint-Ville.
Nous tenions un projet, nous avons pendant temps Zika, on a changé Zika virus, pendant temps Zika, là nous ça nous tapé c'est drum. Moun qui teni drum ka chambe glow en caillou, c'est contenant ça là, c'était ça qui était play maingouin qui était transmettre Zika pli. So ça nous fait nous t'ai tapé l'argent par haut encore avec nous t'ai allé en chaque communauté avec nous montrer monde comment pour faire drum yo pas chebe maingouin. Projet ça a fini, il était bien successful et ça nous a fait actuellement mosquito proof your drum. Actuellement, c'est travail environmental health pour voir comment nous ça empêcher l'autre disease qu'on Zika ou en pays nous.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à Creole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est Macoucherie and Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day on eating locally grown foods. Here are some tips to eat locally grown foods. Learn what's in season. Knowing what's in season in your region will help you know what to expect at farmers markets. Plant a garden. From a simple herb garden to prolific raised beds designed to feed a family, there are lots of ways to grow your own food. Finally, choose restaurants that source locally. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Shaakira Pierre. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.